2026 is already serving up some seriously underrated MMOs, and honestly, I wasn't expecting this. Some of these came out of nowhere. Some proved me completely wrong. Today, we're counting down the 10 best MMORPGs of 2026 so far. Let's get into it. Do you ever just want to sit back, not press a single button, and still feel like you're making progress? This is a persistent, idle MMORPG with a text-based cyberpunk hacking theme. You craft gear, join player-run syndicates, trade on a live marketplace, and your character keeps grinding for up to 12 hours after you log off. Surprisingly deep. That game is Idle Hacking, an Inaction RPG. It literally calls itself an Inaction RPG, and honestly, that's the most refreshingly honest game title I've ever read. If you want an MMO you can play while doing other things, this one's doing it right. Picture this, you're in the cockpit of your own fully customizable spaceship of 10 types, over 100 configurations, going head-to-head against 30-plus alien factions and real players in live PvP dogfights. You forge alliances, build battle stations, manage your own clan, and fight for control over entire space sectors. Free to play. Launched January 2026. That game is Space Aces. Reviews are mixed, and yes, the UI needs work. But for a free indie space MMO with constant updates and active PvP, it absolutely earns its spot here. It costs you nothing to try, and there's a real game hiding inside. Imagine returning to a mysterious island called Alderwood. There are horses, there are secrets, and real players are sharing the same world as you. Unravel a cozy murder mystery one trail ride at a time. No kill grinding, no rush. Just a beautifully written story, a gorgeous soundtrack, and an experience unlike any MMO before it. Launched March 2026. That game is Equinox Homecoming. This is not a traditional MMO, and that's the whole point. If you're burnt out on the same fantasy grind loop you've been running for a decade, Equinox is genuinely something different. Cozy, clever, and totally unlike anything else in the genre right now. An entire MMO community on a single shared server, building a world together from scratch. You farm, craft, fight world bosses, socialize, and construct massive structures, and none of it is static. Everything shifts based on what players actually do. Had a rocky launch, but it dropped into early access in March 2026, and people are playing. That game is DreamWorld, Sandbox MMO. Is it polished? Not entirely. But the ambition is real. This is the kind of game where you log in not knowing what you'll find because another player group built an entire city last night. An Eastern fantasy world where humans, immortals, and demons coexist in a fragile, ever-shifting balance. You begin as a novice cultivator picking your celestial home, exploring ancient realms, partnering with Dao companions, and chasing ascension. Every choice you make triggers a butterfly effect. You can pursue peace or ignite a war spanning all three factions. Free to play. That game is Chronicles, Immortal Sect. If Eastern mythology MMOs are your thing, cultivation systems, Jiangxia lore, and immortal realms, this is the best one going right now. The world building is rich, and the faction system has genuine stakes. Just keep in mind, the Western player base is still growing. This one leans hard into chaos, humor, and non-stop surprises in a way most MMOs are too scared to attempt. Wild encounters, colorful art, offbeat personality baked into everything. It's the kind of game where you boot up with a friend at 11 p.m. and somehow it's 3 a.m. and neither of you has moved. Adventure first, grind second. Pure fun. That game is Crazy Odyssey. Not every MMO needs to be the deepest game ever made. Sometimes you just want one that makes you laugh while you're playing it. Crazy Odyssey knows exactly what it is, commits to it completely, and delivers. Best played with friends, ideally ones who don't need sleep. A Korean MMO built on Norse mythology with genuinely stunning visuals, solid story writing, and well-executed voice acting. It runs deep automation auto-questing, AFK farming, passive mob grinding, but underneath that classic MMORPG shell are real layers of combat depth, faction politics, companion systems, and raids worth engaging with and rewarding for players who actually dig into it. That game is Legend of YMIR. Here's the truth. YMIR rewards the players who actually tinker with the settings rather than just letting it play itself. When you dig into the raids, the companion system, and the faction dynamics, this game genuinely delivers. An indie MMO that spent years in early access, won multiple Indie MMO of the Year awards along the way, and finally fully launched in 2026. No traditional classes, just a skill-based system where you mix and match any two combat styles and discover hidden mechanics the game never tells you about. Old school, unguided, and deeply rewarding. That game is Project Gorgon. If you grew up on early EverQuest or original RuneScape and miss that feeling of a world that respects your time and intelligence, this is your game. It is not casual friendly. It is absolutely built for players who want discovery, depth, and a community that actually talks to each other. Player-driven economy. Caravan trade routes across a 2,000 square kilometer open world. Naval combat. Clan-built islands. 9 weapon systems. Dozens of professions. No luck-based crafting. A living story that evolves with player choices. Full 1.0 launch in February 2026 with a complete world wipe for a fair start and a dev team that responds to its community. That game is the Quinfall. Yes, number 1 and number 5. Because at its best, the Quinfall is everything this genre has been missing. Rough edges? Absolutely. Combat overhaul still coming? Yes. But the vision, the scale, and the player-driven world are unlike anything else in 2026.